Your heart has just stopped. The room goes quiet. The machines flatline. Everyone in that room assumes it is over. But inside your skull, something no one expected is happening, and science is only now beginning to understand what it means for every single one of us. For most of human history, we treated the moment of clinical death like a light switch, on, then off. But modern imaging technology has completely shattered that assumption. With MRI and EEG machines, researchers made a discovery that stopped the scientific community in its tracks. A few seconds after the heart stops, the brain does not go quiet. It erupts. It lights up in ways that mirror the most vivid, heightened states of consciousness a living person can experience. The areas associated with dreaming, emotion, and awareness surge with electrical energy at the very moment the body is declared gone. A landmark 2013 study conducted on rats found that within 30 seconds of cardiac arrest, neural activity increased dramatically across multiple brain regions, producing synchronized oscillations that resembled the patterns of a fully alert, conscious mind. Scientists called it a paradox. The body was dying, and the brain was firing harder than it ever had while alive. According to neurosurgeon and neuroscientist Dr. Ajmal Zemar, real brain death occurs later than most people assume, likely more than a full minute after the heart stops. That is when an EEG finally shows a halt in brain activity. In the window before that, as the brain is cut off from oxygen, a cascade begins. The first response is a heightened burst of electrical activity, which researchers believe represents an instinctual survival attempt by the brain itself. A 2022 study in human subjects confirmed similar patterns. Researchers observed dramatic spikes in brain activity in a patient after the heart had stopped, raising the extraordinary possibility that the brain is still processing information even after clinical death has been declared. What the brain is processing during those seconds, and whether the person is in any way aware, is a question that has no clean answer yet. Researchers now argue that death is not a sudden extinguishing, but rather the beginning of a transformation. Consciousness may not vanish the moment the brain falls silent. Cells may not die the moment the heart stops. The science is pointing towards something far more gradual, more layered, and more significant than a simple off switch. Researcher Anna Fowler has proposed that mortality itself should be understood as a phased phenomenon rather than a single moment, drawing comparisons to how medicine recognizes stages of illness. She has called for an update to the American definition of death, which has remained largely unchanged since the 1980s. Her research also carries profound ethical weight. Roughly 1 in 3 organ donations occur after cardiac arrest, with medical teams working quickly to retrieve organs within minutes of a declared passing. Fowler has raised concerns that some donors in those circumstances may still retain a degree of awareness during the procedure. That is not a comfortable thought, but it is one that science can no longer ignore. What this ultimately reveals is that the line we have drawn between the living and the gone is far less certain than medicine has told us. The final minute is not empty. It is not silence. It is a shifting landscape where consciousness, biology, and meaning persist longer than anyone once imagined. An understanding that completely changes how we should think about what it means to be alive in the first place.